got you. Hey,
What's up? How are you?
I'm good. I'm chilling. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. These girls were like, "Where is Jackie?" And I'm like,
I'm right
"She's
here.
on, she's coming. She's on her way. Don't worry. She's on her way."
I'm
It's
right here.
because a lot of these girls asked some questions, and they're like super excited to. Yeah, we got a bunch of questions. We'll only get through the ones we get through, and then the other ones we'll answer some other time. So
I know. I totally forgot to ask you. We're just filming like a live, right? Like we're not
yeah,
filming for the pod. It's just like a live.
yeah, it's just live. I'm actually recording it, so if like people want to go back and watch it, like with this system, I'm able to record the whole thing.
When you
So
can come set me up, Edgar, I
I'm
need
next time I'm out there.
here.
Hey, did you hook up your mic though?
I tried, but they said it's not working.
Dang.
I
Oh
tried.
well.
I
I'm
tried.
see like with this thing that I have right here. Watch this. Hold on. Let me pull it up. See like I can pull up the questions.
Oh
Uh,
shit.
yeah, I'm telling you.
Well, I'm gonna be moving into an office next month. So if you come into town, come to my office, and then that way you can help me set it up at my office, so that way I can like film from there, like you could teach me or whatever.
Yeah, we got to get you set up nice. That way, like when you am I coming out clear though? Like with my whole system.
Yeah, you're solid, bro.
All right, cool. All right, cool. Just making sure. But anyways, how you been before we answer the questions? How have you been?
I'm fantastic player. I'm chilling. I've been working. I really haven't been doing much of anything besides the same things that we talked about last time, just straight up work.
There you go. Like
What about you?
same thing. Kind of like what we talked about last time. You said that this year you're very in your intentional era. You know, like things that you're doing is like for a purpose, and instead of just like doing things just to do them. You know what I mean? So
Right. So like you know how we talked about last time we were filming, you guys. I don't know if we said it in the podcast, but we talked about doing like merch. So I
uh,
finally have that coming to fruition. I actually just the graphic designer just texted me and she's like, "Okay, this is what I have worked out for stickers. You guys want a little sneak peek on live?" She just sent me
yeah.
them. So I have to answer them later, but I don't know if it'll focus, but
Okay, I see it. Sheesh. There you go.
so this is gonna be like the sticker sheet. So this is kind of like the vibe for the merch. So
Hmm.
I've been working behind the scenes.
There you go. Yeah, because last time I had to get on her a little bit just because uh,
You said I'm
I
sneaking
was
some money.
yeah I was like there's a lot of things you can be doing out here.
Yeah, I feel you, bro. I feel you.
That's why like also I reached out to this company. They're also gonna give away some hot cocoa on this live too. So like we got some giveaways for the people.
Love that. It's
All
honestly
right.
the season for that because it's raining here. It's been raining consistently. I don't know in bumfucked Egypt where you live, but it's been raining. I know it's probably freezing over there, but it's been raining here consistently and like it's been cold and it's definitely the weather for that.
Yeah, we got like it was actually good. It was decent. And then on Saturday we just got piled on by like a bunch of snow. Like it was bad.
Yeah.
And now it's just cold.
Yeah. I feel it. I feel it.
All right. So since these sucias they want to hear the questions already. All right, hold on.
Run them.
All right, we're
I don't
gonna we're
know.
gonna.
Can I see your comments or like you could see mine or how does
I
this?
I think you can only see yours and I can only see mine. So also if we don't get to the comments, this is not one that we're gonna be responding to comments. So we're not doing it on purpose. We're just gonna be answering the questions, just because like I don't want to be like monitoring comments and also trying to have like a conversation. So
For sure.
all right, so let's get into the first one. Let me pull it up. All right, so this one says, "Hey handsome, I've been in a relationship for almost 5 years now, and we are coming up on."
The one that says, "Hey, handsome."
Hey, the thing said,
With
"Ask
you.
Jackie questions." Coming up on our first year as parents, how do I tell him I want to end this relationship? I have spoken to him about my feelings, but it doesn't change. Help. So it kind of sounds like she's not into the relationship anymore.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like that. I'm almost curious. For these questions, I always wish we had more context because I'm almost curious to know her age.
Yeah, see, the reason, yes, I do wish we had more context, but the ones that actually send me DMs, they send me like full on 10 page essays. And so, like, it's a little too much context. Like
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah. I feel like they want to give you the whole background and everything. Okay, well, to me, it basically sounds like she's just not interested anymore. Like she's not feeling him, she's not vibing him. Maybe she's evolving into a different person, and they don't seem to be like on that same playing field anymore. And I guess a way to do this, and the only way is just gonna have to be to make your exit. Because there's no conversation that you could have with somebody that if that they'll just leave you alone, especially if he's still in it and she's not. Like he's not gonna leave her alone. She
yeah.
has to like completely exit. Like say like we're just gonna be about the kids. Like I'm out, get her own place. I don't know what the living situation is, but she's literally just gonna have to do her. That's the only way. I don't know what you think.
There's no right way to have this conversation. Like no matter how you do it, that's going to be the right way. You know, like however you think of having that conversation with that person is going to be the right way because there's no like, hey, let me do A, B, and C, and it's going to like settle him down, and then we're going to be able to have this conversation. No, he's gonna whatever how he's going to react. He's going to react like that if you talk to him mad, like happy, like he's going to react like that. And also, if it had gotten to that point, like if hopefully there's like some guys or girls listening, talk to your man, like especially guys like by the time she feels like that, she's been feeling like that for like 6 months already. You know, like she's been feeling like, if not longer.
Okay, but don't you feel too though that sometimes it's just people are in relationships too young, and like when they start growing up and they start evolving, they start wanting different things out of life, and maybe their life goals are not in alignment anymore. So maybe it's just not even something that like somebody fell out of love. It's just like we're just not in alignment anymore. Like this is just not for me anymore. Especially when you're younger. I feel like when you're older, yeah, you need to have these conversations of like, hey, you know what? Like I feel distance between us, or I feel like there's something going on here because obviously you're older and more mature. But when you're younger, I feel like you're just evolving, and it's kind of like sometimes you just evolve in different directions. And
Yeah, I
that's
think that's what happened with my ex and I. We got together super young, not super young. I was 19, she was 20 at the time, and then by the time we got into like our 26, 27, we were becoming two different people, and it wasn't the same anymore. And that was like another big catalyst to leading to the end of that relationship. But that is true. Like you grow apart. That's why sometimes, like especially my little brother right now, he's super young. He's 22. He just separated with his girlfriend. I'm just like, in your 20s, you should be doing you. Like, do you go make mistakes, go figure out what you want to do with life. And then in your 30s, then that's when you get in grind mode. Or if you want to do it in your 20s too, that's nothing wrong with that. But yes, because you're still trying to figure yourself out in your 20s. Like who said just because you turned 18, you figured yourself out? Like, no.
oh, but don't we think we know it all though?
Oh, yeah. I remember, like, at that time, I thought I knew everything. And now I look back and I'm like, you knew nothing.
Can't tell me nothing when I was 18. Like, nope, I got this figured out. I know what I'm gonna do. I know what life's about. Bitch, bye. You don't know nothing. You don't know nothing.
All right, let's go on to the next one.
Run it.
All right, the next one that we have here, let's see. Well, I'm still can't forget about my first love. I'm married, kids now, but my what? But after more than 20 years, I can't seem to forget my first love. It is me, or there's other. Is there others out there? So she can't let go of her first love. I've never been like that. Like I remember the first girl I fell in love with. Do I still like feel like that? No.
Yeah, I feel like maybe there's some unhealthy attachment there, or something that a wound that needs to be closed for whatever reason. And it has nothing to do with the person that you were in love with, but more so anything with you, because I just don't feel like okay, you had a story, it ended, like you guys went separate ways. There has to be a wound there that's unhealed.
Yeah.
And I don't, and that sucks. Like that's not fair to your partner that you're not, because how could you fully give yourself to somebody like 100% if you're thinking about somebody else or your past with somebody else? And it's like you're thinking of this illusion, like this thing that doesn't even exist. It's like a false dream, because you don't even know who that person is.
Yeah.
You knew each other 10 years ago. I mean, hopefully we all evolve and change. And how do you know? You don't know anything about them. Like, 10 years is a long time. Like he could have become a crackhead, like, or he could become this like super asshole who like is a CEO and cheats on a bunch of women. Like you just don't know what happens in 10 years. You don't even know that person. It's an illusion.
Yeah, and like you said earlier too, it sucks for the guy, like whoever she's with at the time, because she's not fully giving herself to that person,
It's
you
not
know.
even
So
his baby dad.
yeah, and her worried about her first love. Maybe like if you can't get, you could have like attachment issues. Maybe getting some help over that. Maybe it's like some sort of therapy that you need or something like that. Because what if this guy she's like completely attached to, he's doing his own thing, living his own life, but then this girl is like super attached to him, and the other guy's like, why? You know, like
I feel it. Honestly, I just feel like there must be some attachment that's unresolved, or you're living in a fantasy. Like you're fantasizing about this and the what could have been. And the problem with the fantasy is that it comes from an evil place. Whenever you fantasize things, those are all like demonic things, and you're fantasizing things that are not even real. And that's what the enemy wants from you to basically steal, kill, and destroy all the good things that you have in your life by having this fantasy of the coulda, shoulda, woulda, what it once was. Like just because it once was doesn't mean it will be and will
yeah,
be what it was. Like it's just an illusion, and your
it,
mind is fucking you up. You're about to
it,
lose everything because your mind is fucking you up.
it reminds me of this girl. I had a one on one with her, and she was with a guy. The guy that she was in love with was with a girl, and they were making all this plan to like get with each other. They were gonna leave each other or leave their partners at a certain age or a certain time and go with them. But then the guy didn't want to do it anymore. But she was so stuck on like it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. And I was like, I don't think it's gonna happen, girl. You are holding on to like a fantasy. You are holding on to like something that's not gonna happen. And he got cold feet or doesn't feel the same years later.
I feel like men are so much better than women at oh sorry, I'm like, why are some of my comments blocked? I feel like men are so much better than women at not creating fantasies. Like once they start to look at the big picture, they're like, oh shit, I don't want to do this. And they won't go through with it. And girls will want to stick to the dream that they made in their head, and they're like they have to run with it because they have to see it through because it's gonna be the way that they imagined it. And it like 99% of the time it never works out like that. And I feel like guys are a little bit more realist, and they're like, wait a minute, the fuck? Am I really gonna do this? I don't know. No, I'm not gonna do it. They
That
won't.
and it's usually the girl who ends up leaving them. You know, like you've seen it in movies and things like that when the guy cheats, they're sitting there trying to fix it, trying to fix it, trying to fix it. It's not until the girl, most of the time, until she leaves, then then it begins to be over. But sometimes they'll be like, no, I don't want to do that.
1,000%. 1,000%.
All right, hold on. Next question. Since we got a lot of
Go ahead.
uh, all right, I need help. I think my sneaky link is catching feelings. He said I love you while I was on top and told me he loves me before we both went home. What should I do? It kind of sounds like he might be catching feelings, if to be honest.
I mean, I think those feelings are way beyond caught with "I love you."
Yeah,
Those
yeah.
I mean, those are in the bag. That's
Uh, so I always tell people like you never know like what season in life they're in. Like if they're ready to get settled down with somebody, yeah, it could be a sneaky link, but then like as soon as you guys exchange those type of energies, all of a sudden he's like, "Oh, I think I like her," you know? And knowing that, like this girl is like, "I thought we were just hooking up." And it can be vice versa too, you know? Uh so if she's only in there for the link, she might want to make her exit or um
she's
get
gonna.
in a relationship with him.
Yeah, and she doesn't want a relationship. Clearly, if she wanted a relationship, then she would have been excited about him saying "I love you." Because, like I said, girls are so quick to be like, go with this like dream, right? And being that she's not feeling it, like she's just gonna have to exit. Be like, hey, you know what? Like, I get that you caught feelings, but this is not what this is supposed to be. I'm not ready, and I don't think we should hook up anymore. And like, call it a day.
Yeah, that's why I always get asked. They're like, "How long should a sneaky link be?" And I said, "Not very long," because when you're exchanging those type of energies, it's only a matter of time before somebody catches feelings.
Literally, like I just feel like in a sneaky link situation or like a hookup situation, like I don't even think you should go longer than like a month, if that. Because how do you not catch feelings for somebody that you're hanging out with and like laying down it? Like I don't know anybody that could. I mean, maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know any girl that can go to a guy's house, just do the deed and leave. Like there's some conversation, there's some texting, there's some like engagement with each other. Maybe it's like grabbing a burger after they're done. Like there's still some type of connection. So how do you like how does that not become feelings in more than like a month time period? It has to become some form of a feeling because we're human. And then we enjoy the connection and then we're getting to know the person, even if it's just for that 1 hour, like after the deed is done. I just don't know anybody that's like, hey, I'm here, knock knock, done, bye. Like I've never heard of any of my friends doing that.
Yeah, no. Look, somebody right here just commented, "I caught feelings." Like this shit happens. All
Yeah,
right, hold on.
even anything more, even if you go on a date with somebody for the first time, like you can catch feelings in that first time because you're like, oh shoot, like I really like how I feel here, or I'm really comfortable. And if you're comfortable enough to sleep with someone, how do you not think that you're not going to catch any type of feeling or any type of connection?
Holy shit! Someone just commented. Crystal said, "I've been with my sneaky link for 10 years. You guys are basically married, girl."
Yeah, I think when I asked questions too, somebody commented that, and I was like, somebody commented that they've been with a sneaky link for like 10 plus years. And like, I'm just like, how?
Yeah, yeah. Might as well be in a relationship at that point.
Somebody said I've been with mine for 3 years. That's crazy. How are you
You guys are wild. All right, let's
before
go to
you
the
guys
next one.
get together? Like, what are you guys doing at this point? Is it even
Right,
at that point? Like, you guys are for sure going to Cheesecake Factory.
right after.
Literally.
All right, so I miss him so much, but he cut me off for someone else. Girl, if you don't leave that man, if you don't forget about that man,
Yeah, honestly, I get what she's saying. Easier said than done, It those types of situations are easier said than done because it's bigger than just like not talking to them. It's like our ego is aching for bacon, like our ego is hurt, and we don't know what to do with it because we want to win, you know?
yeah.
And so I definitely understand you, girl, but at the end of the day, like you just have to focus on, even if you can't focus on the day ahead, the next hour. Like concentrate on the next hour. Like what am I going to do in this hour? How can I keep my mind occupied? What am I going to do in this next 2 hours? Like just take it step by step until you start to detach from them.
Also, like if he was easy to cut you off like that, what do you think he's gonna do if he takes you back? He's gonna cut you off just as easy.
Hmm.
And then who's gonna look dumb again? So I would always like, especially if somebody just cuts you off like that. Just think about like the future. Yeah, just it may suck. Maybe in the future, don't romanticize somebody in the beginning because that could have happened too. Like they uh, fell into this whole dream that this guy was feeding her, and then like he was just like, "Oh no, you were just a placeholder. I'm gonna go over here," So just slow down, girl. Like I know it's not as easy. You know what I mean? It's easier said than done, but just think about if he dropped you just as easy, he would drop you again just as easy. So
Literally. And I just feel like something that you should always keep in mind, and this is for the girlies, like think about it in this perspective. Like you're every person that exits your life, you're like one step closer to the one. And it's like that you should focus on the good part about it. Like, okay, well they had to exit because like next, like next thing. And the problem is that we end up in these cycles because we don't learn our lesson. So we end up replaying these things instead of just saying, okay, instead of taking a different approach and saying, okay, this person was removed because it's getting replaced by something better. Like what's next is better than what was before. But you have to have that mindset because if you don't, then you end up in another cycle with another person. Like, and this just
yeah,
keeps repeating until you learn your lesson. Wouldn't you want to learn your lesson right now? Like, not 5 years of the same shit, but like right now, you
Yeah,
know?
and hopefully it happened early in the relationship because like imagine it happening like it's not as bad happening like 4 or 5 months in than like 4 or 5 years in. That's a little different.
I agree.
All right, so let's go to the next one. Let me delete that one. So, all right. I mean, this one popped up too. Have any S fantasies been fulfilled? If you haven't, whoever you're with, if they haven't fulfilled any sort of fantasy of yours, they're not. Find a new one. Come on now.
Honestly, yeah. Like there's honestly like yeah, cuz there's just going to be I don't even want to say too much, but
Well, here's the thing. You're eventually gonna crave whatever you want. Like if being roughed around in bed is something you crave and your person doesn't do it, you're gonna sit there and think about it.
mhm.
And then eventually, sometimes that's when people start stepping out of the relationship.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate, so that's why you like it has to be I don't know, like yeah, you have to be fulfilled. You can't not
Facts.
be fulfilled.
All right. I've been talking to this guy. He's very eager to meet up, but I'm not ready yet. I don't know how to get him to understand. Almost getting annoying now to where I want to cut him off for not really understanding. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. Um, I think that if he doesn't respect your boundaries, that you're not ready to meet this person, then he might be a little pushy and controlling over other parts of like if you happen to get in a relationship with him. Like why is he such in a hurry to like see you or like meet you? Like if you set your boundary like hey, like I'm not ready yet, he should be like all right, cool, like what can you do? You can't get mad at somebody and be like we have to see each other.
Yeah. You know what, too? Like, I wonder, like, where are they talking? Like, are they talking on a dating app? Or, like, are they talking, like, on Instagram and they've never met? Like, I personally feel like because in the past I did use dating apps and I was doing them for content on here. I don't know if anybody remembers or anybody's been here long enough for that. But I found that when using those things and talking to somebody on the internet like that, the longer you wait to meet them, like the more the anticipation kills you, scares you, gives you anxiety, then you don't want to go and do it. And then when you finally do, it's like, damn, I wasted like 2 months or a month talking to this person. And like in person, it just did not click.
Mm.
Like it just did not click. And it's like, and that happens so often, like so often. So I think it's just better to bite the bullet. And if you're not going to bite the bullet, just block and move on.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, just stick to your guns if you're not ready to meet. Because it could be that he's just looking, especially if it was on a dating app. It could be that he's just trying to meet up to hook up, and he just wants to get it over with.
Yeah, I know, but dude, like honestly, like don't waste your time. Like like what's the point of talking and not seeing each other? Like that doesn't make any sense.
That's true too. Like,
When you're building
uh,
this false connection, it's almost like a safety connection. Like, oh, well, at least I have somebody that texts me good morning, or like it's almost like you crave the comfort of it, but you don't actually want to do anything further. You just enjoy the comfort.
that's true too. I would probably get like if I was talking to some, because I'm more of a if I'm talking to somebody, like I'm trying to see them ASAP, just because I don't want them to get wifed up by somebody else. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to like, hey, like let's do something.
That's probably why you.
So could be. Watch it be me. All right, hold on. I'm a Cancer. Why do I assume casual S equals relationship? Wasn't a 20 plus year marriage, and now I think I need a relationship just to be sexual. Ayúdame, porfis.
A ver, I'm a Cancer. A ver, read it to me again.
Oh shit, I deleted it. My bad.
She basically was saying like,
She's a Cancer, and she feels that uh, being intimate should lead to being in a relationship.
no, that's why it's asked backwards. She should not lead with her body, lead with her standard, and then get into a relationship. And then if she wants to, do adult things, then okay, then do adult things if that's what she's looking for. Because it sounds like she's not looking for anything casual. So if you're not looking for anything casual, then you have to set that tone. You have to set that standard. The guy is going to go as far as you let him.
Yeah.
That's just what it is.
That, and if you're waiting to be in a relationship before you be intimate, I mean that's cool too, to be having those boundaries. You know, like I don't want to be intimate with somebody until we are in a because it depends. They sometimes word it, and they might have meant something different. Like maybe she meant, like, to me, being intimate with somebody means we're in a relationship, you know? And so she could be waiting to be in a relationship, because most guys right now, they don't want to wait to be in a relationship to be intimate with somebody. They're trying to do it date one, okay? Like they're trying to, like, that fast. But if you want to wait, that's a good way to, like, kind of filter out the guys that are just there for that too. So
Yeah, it's a good way for you to like see who really wants to get to know you and who doesn't. And that just gonna it honestly is just gonna mean that you're gonna have to be so much more patient and so much more it's gonna be holding yourself to a standard. Like you're just gonna have to be more patient with whatever is available.
okay, I should have made these bigger. Like usually when I make these questions, my my thing fills my screen, but since we're like sharing screens right now, and they made them a lot smaller, and I'm like, oh shit, they're a lot smaller than I thought. All right, I've had a sneaky link since September, and recently they told me they liked me. Guy's opinion. We talked about it a little bit earlier. We'll just briefly touch on this one. Is usually like somebody catches feelings, and it kind of seems like the guy caught feelings if he told you he liked you. Like if he's in that state of mind where he's looking for somebody, he's not gonna tell you. If you're like, hey, let's just have fun, he's gonna be like, all right, cool. But if he low key likes you, that he's gonna feel some certain way afterwards. He told you, he's like, I like you. So that's why sneaky links are difficult, because you never know, like, if that's the only thing they're looking for, because they can say that, but low key they might like them.
Yeah. And I feel like guys I feel like even though they're like deceiving, I feel like sometimes too, like they're very straight up too. I don't know how to explain it. Like I feel like some guys are very deceptive, but at the same time, I feel like you can catch how they move. I had an ex-boyfriend who like really like he was straight up with me, like schooled me on certain things, and I was like, wow, because I had been married for so long, so I didn't know like dating and like none of that, or like modern dating or what that was like. And he told me like, dude, you have no idea. Like guys literally will know like, okay, I just want to like smash one time, you know? And that's it. And they could just like that's what they'll do. He's like, or they'll know like, okay, they'll do it once, you'll be like, like two, three more times and or like they'll know like if they tell you right there, like after that first time or whatever, like, no, I want you to be my girl, it's because they felt something more. Like it's just and it's there's really nothing that you can do to like change their mind. It's
Hmm.
really like that's just how they're gonna move and you're gonna know. And it's either you
Yeah,
ride with them or you don't. Am I right or no?
yeah, that, and like if that's how they feel, you're not gonna know, because they're not gonna tell you. Be like, I'm here for one time, and then I'm out. So it's a very, you know like, there's no real way to do it, because some guys can sell it, can sell like that dream, like, oh, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and then once they get what they want, now you're like, I've had those questions like, everything was great, and then all of a sudden he left, he ghosted me,
Yeah.
you know.
I feel like too, you just never know somebody, like you just never know. But I just feel like in a lot of instances there's predictability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go on to the next one. All right, so I've been with my husband for 15 years. He cheated these past 3 years. Different girl. I'm ready to leave him, but he keeps begging for another chance. Do I give it to him? He
No,
said he would kill himself if I leave. See,
no,
we couldn't even finish the question
no,
before Jackie said no. And
no.
no, if he did it twice, it's just a matter of time he does it the third time. Like, and then you're gonna be like, he did it 3 times. He said he was gonna be different. And I'm sure after the first one, he said he was gonna be different. After the second time, he's gonna be different. Like, catch on the pattern here, girl. Like, do not go back.
You just don't do it. You just do not go back. You just don't. Unless, okay, so one time, right? If he did it one time and he was completely remorseful, he changed up his act. He went to church. He got redeemed. He tried to restore your marriage. He tried to do everything to fix it and never wavered. He gave you like ultimate everything to show you like this was a mistake. Like I fudged up. I'm restored. I'm renewed. I'm a different person. I feel like even that's a very slim like this. Like you see this little gap right here. Right, this is very slim that any man really could do like this little tiny gap. Yeah. And other than that, no. No. And the fact that he's threatening to unalive himself, please. Of course he's gonna do that. It's a manipulation tactic.
Yeah, yeah, and it sucks because I do know somebody who
Here's the knife. Go do it. I mean, show me.
there that one's hard because I do know somebody who did it.
Yeah, well,
Like
he
that's why like
follow through with the manipulation, huh?
that's why like I get why it scares some people because you see the stories on the media, you see like things like that where they actually did do it because of a girl or of a guy, right? But like I know someone who did it too because of a girl, which sucked, but I think that comes along very rare.
But because he cheated?
No, it was she wanted to leave him and he didn't want her to leave and he threatened to kill himself. Oh, hold on. I don't want to say that on live. He ended up threatened to off himself and he ended up doing it. Uh, so, but no one thought he was going to do it.
Manipulation, and if there somebody's gonna do something, nothing you do is gonna stop them. And if they do it, it's not on you. Like it's not your responsibility. If that's the case, then okay, I'm gonna go to the bank and I'll be like, until you give me $1 million, I'm gonna unalive myself if you don't give me $1 million. Like that's crazy. Like it's crazy.
Did I tell you about the time the girl tried to stab me because I didn't want to be with her?
No.
Yeah, yeah. She ended up stabbing my car seat. She like she wanted to talk about us breaking up.
She stabbed your car seat.
No, yeah. So this is how it went. She's like, do it in person if you're gonna do it like not over the phone. All right, cool, whatever. So I went to go pick her up, and like she came out in a big ass jacket. I don't know why. She came in and got out, and then the first thing she did was like a big ass steak knife, and I was like, chill, like what the? I was like, what are you doing? And she's like, what do you have to say? I was like, what are you doing? And in my head, I'm like, take the knife, because she's gonna stab you. But then she just started stabbing my car seat. Yeah, and then I ended up taking it from her, and yeah, red flag for sure.
People really are crazy. You know what? If anybody's watching this and it's local here to my area, when I was in high school back in 35 years ago, bitch, but no, back in like 2004 to 2007, 2003, 2007, when we were in high school, there was a girl who had a baby with a guy that was like a cholo type of vibe. It was on the news, bro. Like this was like a big thing here. And her baby was born like while we were in high school, and she didn't want to be with him anymore because he was like abusive and all these things, and they had just had the baby. And this guy puts the baby on his lap like a newborn baby and tries to take off from her house with the baby on his lap. So she hops on the hood of the car, and he hops on the freeway with her on the hood of the car.
Jeez.
He's smashing, going like 80 miles per hour on the freeway, and she's holding on to the hood of the car. It was everywhere. Like this is somebody I know, like personally. Like she's fucking dyed my hair in the past. And I like I never forget that some people really are just nuts like that.
Yeah, so if they're crazy in the beginning, red flag.
No way. Run.
All right, let's go to the next one. Uh, hold on, we already read that one. Let me delete that one. All right, something that's ever turned you off in bed. I think for me, I did a whole series on it. It did really well on TikTok. Was the whole cookie smell saga.
I
That was
just
a
came across one of those today.
Yeah, that was a horrible situation, and I was instantly turned off, and I just wanted to like be out. You know what I mean? Like I think hygiene for me, like at least keep yourself somewhat clean down there. Like if you take off the the panties and it's stinking up the room, might be a problem.
I always find this like okay. So honestly, women and women will know this. Like, there are different time periods in your like cycle that like certain things are gonna be off balance, whether you're like before your period or after your period or your age or whatever hormones are changing or how certain foods are affecting. But I feel like women are very conscious of that and they know when like they have things going on. Like women know when they have things going on. So I feel like as a woman, when you know, I feel like your automatic guard is up. Like you're resistant. Like you're like, oh wait, like hold on, let me go like freshen up. And it just surprises me to hear that like some girls are like, yeah, this is what it is. But then again, it doesn't surprise me because I've heard stories from my girlfriends of like a guy who was cheesy, and he was just
Yeah.
like, yep, here's what it is. Here's the can of worms. Like, so it's like, I feel like it goes both ways. I think it's just like an awareness that some people are lacking or something.
Yeah,
No?
yeah. So I mean, that was the only thing that no girl has done like something weird in bed where I was just like, all right, cool, I'm out. It was just probably just hygiene.
Yeah, like that's weird.
That's
Like, like girls know, like let's say I've been working all day and I'm like, oh shit, I need to take a shower, like even as myself, like when I go to the restroom, I'm like, dang girl, you really did go to the gym today, like you need to take a shower. Like in general, so for somebody to know and like just be like, yep, this is me. It's giving very like holy armpits, this is who I am vibe. I don't know,
Mhm.
could never be me. Somebody just commented this, which I feel like is something I should say. When a partner says the name of a spouse, even though they're already dead. So like if they're being intimate and then they said they heard this on the radio and the partner says the name of the dead person. Imagine.
Dang. That would, yeah, I would be like, didn't you say he passed away?
Like, is he here?
Is he watching us?
Like, is she here?
That's funny.
What? But I was just talking to my mom about like this spooky stuff last night. And my mom told me that my grandma passed on, rest her soul, but she told me that a couple months before she passed, that she would say that her sister was like in her room, like like she would be sitting on the edge of the bed in her room. And like they would be having conversations, and it just makes it. I don't know. It's funny that I had that conversation last night because now I'm like, damn. Like I would wonder, like, is the lady watching from like the seat? Like, is she here? Is she watching us do this?
She's chilling in the corner, just like checking you out.
Like the pones la atención, and you're like, oh shit, I don't know. That would be an instant. I'm out. Like I can't do this.
Yeah, there was this one chick. I was having like a consultation because she wanted to like take photos. It was not somebody I was into. She stopped by my office and she was like, "Oh, there's the guy sitting in the corner," and I'm just like, "What?" And she was just like looking at him. She's like, "It's someone. He says he knows you," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm pretty booked up. I don't think like I have time to do anything like whatever it is that you're trying to do. Because can you take homeboy with you?"
I don't do the cuckoo at all. You can miss me with that. No.
All right,
Bye.
this is what we're gonna do.
Right.
We're gonna do. I want to give the first set because there's two of them. These are hot cocoa. I know the guy that started this company. They're actually really good, like high quality hot cocoa. There's a bunch of servings in each one. Uh, so if somebody like on your chat, have them guess and pick a number between 1 and 100.
Me or somebody
Yeah,
on the.
you.
Okay.
Don't say it out loud though.
Okay, got it.
All right, and then now everybody on Jackie's um, comment section, guess the number, and whoever guesses it, whenever you see it pop up, have them send me a DM, and I'll send that to them for free.
Okay.
So you guys got to guess between 1 and 100. First person you see.
Or like the closest?
No, first one exact. 1 and 100, they should get it pretty quick.
Okay, I'm like waiting. Puta madre, no veo.
Don't fail.
No, I'm like looking, but I don't see the number.
Everyone's guessing it on mine too. Like, guess on Jackie's chat.
puta madre. Nadie. Nobody. Nobody. Keep guessing. Keep guessing.
Don't worry, my chat. We got another set for you guys. We're gonna do that later.
Okay. Okay. Damn. Nobody's even close. Can I give a range now? Because
Uh,
nobody's
it
guessing
it
close.
should be through 1 in 100.
I know, but nobody's guessed it. Dios mío santísimo. I guess my mind is protected because I guess y'all can't see what number I'm thinking. Okay, I'm gonna give them a range because I don't see it. It's
Okay.
between 50 and 60.
Uh oh. Uh oh.
Okay, got it. Marion B. I forgot I can't see the name. Marion B. something was the winner.
Marion B. Okay. Send me a message or like send me a DM with your address and stuff like that, and we'll have that shipped out to you. So,
It was number 55, so it was Marion B. Whoever
all
said
right.
yes, Marion B 69. Yes, you.
Marion B69. There you go. So send me a DM. We'll have these sent out to you. If you guys haven't followed them, Coco Loco on Instagram, they're actually like really good. He gave me some and to try. The shit is legit.
There you go, guys.
All right, so let's go on to the next question. Let's see. Oh no, that's more of a me question. All right, my boyfriend and I have been together for 3 years now. During S, I was on top. He asked me to kiss his pec and his chest, so I did. Didn't think anything of it. Now I'm sitting here a few days later, thinking where did that come out of? Did he learn something with someone else, or am I just overthinking it?
I think you're overthinking because I don't think that it's necessary that he learned that from someone else. Maybe he watched something dirty, you know? Maybe
Hmm.
he found something like that appealing, or maybe it's something that he's thought about, and maybe up until this point, he hasn't felt comfortable like sharing that with you, you know? So I'm not a person that automatically assumes the worst, and I feel like that's a good thing and it's also a flaw, but I don't like my brain doesn't automatically go there, you know? Like maybe it's something that he's been thinking about. If he gives you reason for you to be questioning or you're doubting, then okay, maybe it's like, oh, where'd you get that shit from, you know? But other than that, like I don't know. Everybody's saying that would have me thinking too. I don't know, not me. I would just be like,
Yeah,
oh,
someone here, Carly commented. She's like, he's trying to keep things fresh, and it could be true. Like he's trying to like maybe spice it up a little bit, and he's trying to tell you what he enjoys. Like maybe he likes that. Yeah, and so uh, I wouldn't overthink it unless like maybe like you said, maybe he saw it on a movie, a video, a TikTok or something like that. That I was, and it kind of turned him on. And I'm like, oh dang, like I wish my girl would do that to me. And and if he's vocal about it, you should be glad that he's vocal about it instead of being not saying anything. Because most guys they enjoy certain things, but just they don't want to say anything because they don't want to seem like it's too freaky or something like that.
okay, and you know what, Edgar? Let's be honest. At least for the girlies, let's be honest. How many times do we know something that we like or we want, but because we don't want to make the guy feel bad or like emasculate him or like tell him or make him, because girls are overthinkers, right? Or we don't tell them because we're like, oh, he's gonna think I got it from somewhere else. Then we stay silent and we don't tell them like something that we want. And maybe years down the line, when we're a little bit more comfortable or safer, or a couple months down the line, we're like, okay, you know what? Like I really like this. You know, it's
Mm,
like that could be the same situation for him.
that's true too. You know, like I think anytime you should start vocalizing things that you like, that way he knows off the top, and then guys should be a little bit more comfortable too, because some guys again like they don't want to come off seeing like maybe they're too freaky or like why does he like that stuff or like what was he watching, who was he with, just be like, hey, I like this, and then like that's it. Because I remember I was with the girl and she didn't like to go down, and I was not cool with that because like that's something I enjoy. And so it didn't end up working out.
Well, of course not, because that's like it's like a non-negotiable for you.
True. All
Yeah.
right, so let's go on to the next one. Is this the same one? No. Nope. Answered that one. So I found this guy been effing for 2 years, has a new side piece, and felt some way. But we ended up having a threesome. I still feel some way when he's with her. Should I just come out and tell him I have feelings for him?
It's a waste of breath. You already invited this stuff. Like the innocent
See,
security is done with that already.
when you have to start doing things you normally wouldn't do for the other person, that's what, like, when you shouldn't change somebody. If you didn't feel comfortable doing that and you only did it because you didn't want to lose him, like, why would you do that? You should have just been like, you know what? Since you like her, then go with her. Like, if I'm talking to a girl and she likes some other dude, go with him. Like,
Don't you feel like it already sounded like they were casual from what she said? Like they were just
mhm.
messing around for 2 years. He found somebody else to mess around with. And then he collided his two worlds. He was like, oh, I enjoy doing this with this chick. I met this new one. Oh, cool. I get to have two of them tight. Like, that's what it sounds like to me. It doesn't sound like they were ever
and,
really anything. So there's no point in expressing feeling. This is not going to progress. That guy is not going to give you anything. He
and
already,
especially after you let that happen.
yeah.
Like, why would he'd be like, you already hooked up with her? Like, why are you complaining now?
Yeah, he's enjoying the new cake. That's why he got it.
Facts.
Yeah.
Just if you're watching this, he's not going to go back to you.
Don't
All
even
right.
embarrass yourself.
All right. Got out of a 14-year relationship and now in a relationship for almost a year. Oh, got out of a 14-year toxic relationship and now in a 14-year and now in a relationship for almost a year. But I didn't give myself time to heal, and I have these insecurities that are coming out. How do I heal while I'm with my patient BF? I'm scared he'll get tired of it. See,
Honest-
this is why you don't get in a relationship when you like, especially after you break up with somebody. Like, don't get into a relationship right away. Like, especially when you're still in the healing. Yeah, it's cool because you're feeling these feelings that your ex was probably not giving you, like the attention and stuff like that. So you like that, right? But then as soon as that wears off, like that's where like rebounds come out of, and also you didn't give yourself time to heal through like this breakup, because breakups suck no matter who you are. Like, I don't care who you are, like breakups suck. If you've been with somebody for a while and you guys go your separate ways, it sucks.
Honestly, to me, that's so annoying. Like, I am not. I would be like, I can't. Like, I cannot. Like you and your little insecurities and your little whatever. Like you gotta figure that shit out. Cause I'm not dealing with it. Like I can give you the comfort of a few words of affirmation that I care about you or that I love you or that you're so handsome or whatever. But to constantly have to prove to somebody, that's a full time job, and it's a full time job that doesn't pay enough, and I can't. Like, there's just no way. So, if you don't want to lose that guy, you're gonna go to therapy. You're gonna work on yourself. You're gonna talk to yourself about self love. You're gonna go to church. You're gonna figure it out, and you're not going to make him make you feel secure, because your security shouldn't come from him. Your security should come from yourself. He's an added bonus to that. And it's, of course, it feels good to be loved and somebody to reassure you. But when you make it their full-time job, like they end up resenting you, and you may ruin something good. There's so many people that are so broken that ruin good things because they're not fixed. I don't know
Yeah,
about you,
see,
but I'm not doing it.
my thing is like, don't put the guy through that. Like, if you're not ready, or unless you're going through like the necessary steps, like you said, getting therapy, getting help, so you don't have to put this guy through that. Would you want to be put through that situation? You know what I mean? Like, think about that. If it's like, say I meet somebody, I'm good, I'm healed. Like, I'm not old relationship, don't give a shit. Like, we're done. Like, I'm whoever I start talking to, I'm with you. Like, let's make this work. But if I feel like I have to sit here and like go through your like breakup and like your healing phase and stuff like that, I'm gonna end up feeling some type of way and be like, is this really worth it? Is this really worth it? Like, she's stuck on this dude still. She's trying to get over that breakup. Why did she even like consider my offer to like hang out, and build something?
And not to mention the insecurities that you're building in that person. Perfect that you mentioned that because you're building insecurities in that person. Like, why are you still stuck on what they did to you? Like, do you still have some attachment? Do you still have some feelings? Like, then you start to create insecurities in somebody that doesn't even deserve that.
Exactly. So I agree with you where you said he should go and or she should go and get some therapy and help her like figure her shit out. But if she's not willing to do that and heal herself that way, let this man go. Let him do his thing. Uh, don't put him through that. Like, don't put him through that because, like you said, he's gonna end up resenting you. It could ruin whatever you guys have now because of how you are at the moment.
Oh, I have one. I have a question here.
Let's go.
Girlies want to know this one. Can a guy really like you but go no contact with you for days?
No, he's not interested. If he goes no contact with you, if I'm into somebody, I'm trying to message that person every day, even if it's like not the longest conversations, but I'm trying to like, hey, how are you doing? Like this is and that, trying to do little things for this person. Uh, Me going no contact is probably just because I'm not interested in you. You know, you're probably lower on so-called roster, uh, and he's giving his attention to somebody, or he's trying to get someone's attention. You know, so it's one of the two. So if he goes no there's I've never been into a girl that like I wanted something serious and been like, I'll text her in a few days.
No, you don't want to. It's like you don't want to lose that. Like somebody else could text her, and then you're like, "Oh hell no, I want her."
Yeah, and like that's why we really push that like pay attention to the guy's actions because it'll tell you exactly how they feel towards you. If he's going a few days no contact, he's not that interested. You know what I mean? Like if he's contacting you like when it's maybe he got bored and he's like I'll message this girl see what she's doing instead of being like hey I've been thinking about this girl let me see what she's doing, you know, and things like that. So if he goes no contact, you're probably lower on his roster, or he's really not that interested, and he messages you when he's bored,
Entertainment.
or he's messaged you on the weekend because he's trying to see who he's gonna hook up with that weekend.
Yeah, just entertainment or at his convenience. But you don't
Exactly.
really. So, I have
All
another
right.
one.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, this is a good one too. If the vibe is there and guys are trying to have, or the guy's trying to have adult relationships fast, doesn't mean that he's not taking me serious.
No, absolutely not. Because I give this example all the time. So my ex and I we dated for like a year and a half. Right. The first day we met, it was like I had like did a whole like date with her. Right. So we met up in the morning. I took her like all her like favorite stuff that she like loved and stuff like that. She told me over like when we were talking because this was the first time we were meeting. She said she loved this, and since we were gonna have like a date, a whole long date, I got her all the snacks that she wanted, and like brought her flowers and this and that, and we had a full day worth of stuff. Right? Went to dinner, had drinks, everything was going great. Went back to the Airbnb. One thing led to another. Like we ended up hooking up the first date we met, and we ended up dating for a year and a half. Like it, if at the end of the day you guys are adults and you can do whatever you want, but if the vibes are there, everything's going great, then you're an adult. Do what you want. But again, you're also running into that risk where if that's all he wanted, he got it, and then he's out. There's no real way to like see that.
And to be honest with you, I would just feel like it's in your best interest to hold off, period.
Hmm.
Like, even if the vibes are there, you're an adult or whatever, it's just in your best interest to hold off so you can kind of figure out what it is. Because even then, even though you hold off as well, there could be some guys that literally will just continue to chase you until they get it, and then they got it and they're done. They really enjoy the chase. So it's like you just never really know somebody's intentions, and especially if you're looking for something serious, I think at that point you have to pray for discernment and like ask God, like, okay, is this for me? If it's not, remove it or give me the signs that I'm not going to be blind to, that I'm going to be like, okay, I hear you, like, remove it. But if you're not looking for anything serious and like that's not the direction that you want to go in, then I guess, okay, like, whenever you feel like it.
Yeah, yeah, no, exactly. Because at the end of the day, like we talk about it all the time, there's no right way. Like you say you did hook up with them, and because there's some people who also said that they hooked up with somebody and then they've been together for 15 years. There's some people who hooked up the first day and they got ghosted the next day. So you just never know. Like at the end of the day, just trust your gut feeling, and if you see the signs there that saying that don't do it, don't do it. Don't be forced into anything.
You just never know until you know, unless you know. Yeah.
All right. So, do you got another one, or you want me?
I have one more that I thought was good from the ones I have right here. My man is self-employed, but sometimes he goes without work without having any income. Is it wrong of me to tell him to get a part-time job? Then he responds with saying, I'm not supportive.
That one's difficult because I'm the type of person like I'm gonna figure it out. If I'm not gonna wait around for business, I'm gonna go find business. If that's not the business I should be in, where am I gonna make money? Like let me figure it out. If getting a part time in the meantime is the move at the moment, then get a part time. She's only looking for the best interest for them and her, like him. Because if there's no money coming in, what do you think is gonna happen? Like,
Bro, it's giving lazy.
yeah, that's giving lazy vibes too. Uh,
Like it's giving like complacency. It's giving like, yeah, you have a business, but you ain't had business for 3 weeks. Like you need to do something. Like you can't just be sitting around here and then blaming me for not being supportive. Like I am being supportive to tell you to get your ass up. And
yeah, yeah, and I get it because like I remember when I first jumped into being self-employed, it was a scary move. But one thing that I said to myself is like I would never like if I don't have any business, I'm gonna go find the business. Like I'm gonna go find it no matter what. I'm gonna make sure I have money coming in. And luckily, been blessed to the point where like I'm overly booked
yeah,
to the point where like I'm stressed out. I have too much work, which I am grateful for because I'd rather be stressed out that I have too much work than not enough work. So, but if I ran into that issue where I'm not getting booked for anything, I would figure it out. But again, like you said, it gives lazy vibes because I would not just be like, well, I'm just gonna wait until I get booked.
girl, I'm uh, no. You're not in the wrong, girlfriend. If you're watching, you're not in the wrong.
No, no, definitely bring it up. Definitely let them know.
Yeah.
All right. No, we'll skip that one. Hold on. All right, I've been married for 14 years. I love my husband, but I feel like we don't have the connection anymore. I have friends with benefits, and I am enjoying that person right now. What are your thoughts?
Edgar, what do you think my thoughts are?
She needs to leave that man. Like, why would you step out of your marriage? Like, I get it, it's not working. If you've done whatever you could do to like try to fix that relationship and it didn't work out, you need to separate, not just go and find somebody because it's only a matter of time before you get caught. Like it's not if you get caught, it's when you get caught.
Aside from that, like you reap what you sow.
Exactly. Karma's a bitch.
You reap what you sow, and you you are gonna pay that price. You don't even want to know how God's gonna deal with you because He's
Yeah.
feel that wrath. And you reap what you sow because you broke a covenant to your husband, and all because you're selfish and you couldn't say it's more admirable for you to walk away than it is for you to do that. It's more admirable for you to say, you know what, I'm not happy, but a lot of people don't do that because they don't have the balls because they don't know what it looks like on the other side. So they just do the fun stuff, but they don't want to do the hard stuff because they don't know what it looks like on the other side. Leaving could mean that it changes their entire life, and that's the scary part. So they're like, oh no, no, instead of me doing the scary stuff, I'll just do the fun stuff on the low low.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy. Like that's insane. Like
Yeah, and imagine like now you because again, karma's a bitch. Like karma's gonna come back to you tenfold. It has to me because I've done some like stuff like that and it came back and bit me in the ass and And I'm just like, I wasn't like, why is this happening? I'm just like, you know what? It's because you were fucking up, Edgar. Like you were fucking up, and now you're paying for your fuck ups. Um, Imagine you're dating somebody. You're thinking he's the love of your life, but he has a mistress low key. Like, how are you gonna feel when you find that out? You know what I mean? Like, because again, karma's a bitch. Like, it may not come back right away. It could be like you're with this person for like 2, 3 years, everything is great, but then all of a sudden he gets that itch to go and find something else, and now you're in the same position.
Pay the price in so many other ways. Like when you do somebody dirty like that, God blesses the person that was not in the wrong tenfold in front of you. And you're gonna see their life become something beautiful. They're gonna be hurt for a while, but their life blossoms and it becomes something beautiful because they maintain their integrity. And you're literally gonna reap what you sow bad. Like you're gonna see everybody else level up and life get better, and yours just keeps going to shit because you made shit choices. And it never works out. It's a temporary fix. It's a temporary thrill, and it just never works out for you. It just never
It,
works out.
it's like one of those band aids.
God had planned for you. He's like, yep, you don't deserve it. Psych. Oh, God had planned to give you something and have you in abundance. Psych. Because this is who you are, this is your character, you don't get it now. Like you hinder your blessings times 1,000. That's the biggest price you'll ever pay. And losing yourself as a person, because doing things like that, eventually you lose yourself as a person. You fall deeper and deeper into like that spiritual realm, and like you just, it just is not good for you.
And then it's those moments where people are like, why is all this happening to me? Think about what you did in the past, and maybe you'll get those answers.
Literally.
All
Literally.
right, hold on. Let's go to the next question. Question. So this guy that likes me stops by my work with his friends, and as I go to acknowledge his friend by saying hi, he comes and says, "Where's your boyfriend?" And I respond jokingly, "He's right here," meaning him. What does that mean? What? Question. So this guy I like stops by my work with his friend, and I was about to acknowledge his friend by saying hi. He comes in and says, "Where's your boyfriend?" Where's your boyfriend at? I responded jokingly by saying he's right here, meaning him. What does that mean?
I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get what you're saying either, girl.
But I have one here. So
Go
someone
ahead.
said, help. I stopped dating my ex 2 years ago, but all of a sudden he left me a gift on my front door.
Ah, the old trying to come back.
Okay,
Uh,
be nice. Be nice.
so I think it confuses girls. Like, oh, he must want me, or I must be the one that got away. Trust me, I've been there where I've been thinking about it. Like, I kind of miss this person, but I wouldn't get back with them. You know what I mean? Like I think you missed that what you guys once had, that you guys were always like together and things like that. So you kind of miss that. Or some guys miss being intimate with that person. Because what I'm talking about is like one time I was like, dang, I really miss hooking up with her, and like she had posted a picture, and I was just like, kind of miss hooking up with her. You know what I mean? Like, and so I was like, I should low key, like, I wanted to be like, hey, like, how you been? Like, how's everything? And like, we should like get together and talk. But I was like, Edgar, you can't be one of those dudes. Like, don't be one of those exes where you just like hit her up and you just hook up. Because um, I wanted to do that. Like, say Christmas came up and I was like, oh, maybe I should get her something. You know, like maybe I should get her something. Maybe we start fixing this. You know, but in my head, I'm just like, it's not gonna work.
Trash can.
Yeah.
I think maybe you know better than we do, because again, like what if it was something that ended because I don't know, like you guys were working on your career per se, right? Like let's say you guys they were both working on their career, it just didn't work out because one of them was going to be focused on this and the other one focused on that. Then like 2 years later, the person realizes like, you know what, like I feel like I'm in the place that I want to be now, and I could be the person that you need. So like, or I want to be something towards you. Then I feel like that's like the only way to accept it, but only you know that. Like only
Yeah.
you know what those terms were, because if it ended horribly, or if it ended because he lied or he cheated or vice versa, like then I feel like that gift is like a ploy to just get back in your life and like you got them out for a reason, you know?
Yeah, yeah. And then that's another way, like just to stay. You know how some people like, get stuck on their exes. That's another way to kind of like mess with the girl's mind. Also, being like, there still might be a chance. There still might be a chance. You know, he did this for me when he was just like. Some guys, what they do is like they'll do like the very bare minimum to give you that false sense of hope where he's still able to hook up with you. He's still able to keep you there while he's out doing his thing, just enough to keep you there, like telling you, no, this is gonna happen. Like we're gonna make it happen. Kind of like the whole like when you're with somebody who's married and they're like, oh, I love you, but I need to do this before like we separate. No, no, he doesn't want to be with you. He's feeding you what he wants to say or like what you want to hear to keep you there. He's not gonna be like, I'm just here to hook up, girl. Like, chill out.
Yep.
He's yeah. So doing the little things like that, it could be unless it's that. I totally get that. Like you're working on your career. This person was working on their career. It didn't end up working out. Wrong, like right person, wrong time. But
Yeah, like
does that rarely happen?
if it was something amicable where they were like, you know what, like we're not on the same page, like as much as we're trying to figure this out, like it's just you have to go figure you out, I have to figure me out, I have to do this, I have to do that, like I'm gonna focus on my career, I'm gonna focus on school, whatever. Like if it was something like that, then I get it. Like why not talk to the person? But if it wasn't something like that, and I don't know, I just feel like
Girl, if he cheated and he's doing that, girl, he no.
make sure there's no witchcraft in that present.
That's true too. I remember I got a gift that was I think I told you that little crystal that this one girl gave me.
Yes, I
And as
remember.
soon it's supposed to keep bad people away, and as soon as she gave it to me, a week later, she was gone.
Mm.
All right, hold on. Let me let's do this. Hold on. Will a man try to be with a female and try to impress her just to have S? For example, lie about who they are, where they come from, and their finances to try to make the female fall in love, or just have S? Or is it just something that guy's doing because to be because he is truly trying to be with that female girl? If he has to lie about what he's doing, about what his finances are, about what type of person he is, what else is he gonna lie to you about? You know what I mean? Like, uh, this I've never gone up to somebody and be like, "Oh, this is what I do for a living. This is how much I make." Like, I'm this person that never swear. No, I show up. I swear. I do my humor. Like, if you don't like me, cool. If you like me, cool. Let's vibe. But and I'm never gonna be like, "Oh, I'm doing this." Like, if they're lying to you about certain things when you're first meeting them, what else are they gonna lie to you about?
Yeah, I just feel like anything anybody's capable of anything.
Yeah. And yes, I agree with her. He might be saying all that stuff just because he's trying to impress you. So you hook up with him. So if you're catching him all these lies, girl, in the beginning, like you should have been as soon as he said if he showed up 5'2" and he said he's 5'11", girl, that's the first red flag right there, you know? It's like, oh, this is what you do for a career. That you don't seem like that type of person, like that has that type of career.
You know, I once dated somebody who lied to me about like what he did career wise. And in the time period that we talked, you know, I didn't really like know that he was lying because like I said, I'm not a person that's like digging and like trying to figure out things and all this stuff. And he lied to me for the longest time about what his job was, and I believed him because of his degree, and I believed him, you know, what he told me he did. Turns out he didn't even do that. And later on, a couple months into talking, when it was all uncovered, it was like it was a blow up explosion type of argument where they were like, okay, well, I'm stressed because I've been spending hella money and I don't have that kind of money, and I've been spending hella money dating you. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? Like, don't you have a fucking job? Like, I don't get it. And they're like, no, like, I don't. Like, I lied to you about what I did, and this is what I really do. And it's like, they can only maintain a lie for so long, and they do that. Why? To basically get you. Like, that it's deceptive. It's deceptive because they want you to think that they're something that they're not.
Yeah, and like I know a guy who did that where he was doing the most for this girl, and I was like, I know where you work, I know how much you make. How are unless you're dealing drugs on the side, How? And they come to find out he was putting everything on cards, like he
That's
was
what I'm
borrowing
saying.
money.
So once the cards were maxed out, that's where the stress was. And then there was an explosion against me, and I was like, I didn't make you do that. I didn't make you lie. I didn't know that was your circumstance, but they felt they had to because I was at a certain stature career wise or whatever. And they felt they had to. And it was like, well, damn, this, like, you only set yourself up for failure.
And then usually the guys who are, they don't sit there so much and brag about it and trying to impress you with it. You know what I mean? Because like if they got it, they got it. They're not gonna be like, "This is what I do," unless they're that's the way their ego is. They'll be like, "This is what I do for a living." Uh, because like again, sometimes I see some of these dudes like overly spending, and I'm like, "How are you maintaining that shit?" Like I've been luckily because I work hard, very hard worker, uh, doing well for myself, right? And so I've never like worried about that, like spending money or like taking somebody somewhere or doing things for a girl because I've got. But I'm not sitting here telling her, oh, I can do all this for you. Like I work here, I do this. No, like I just do it without saying anything.
Yeah. No, yeah,
So
I feel you. And like I said, I feel like whenever somebody tries to overly convince you of something, then ding, 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 red flags, like, scary, run because
and
trying to,
then also look at them.
huh?
You can tell by some like how they come off. Like you can tell right away. Like if homie says he does like he's making so much and he showed up with the dirtiest sneakers ever, like come on.
I feel you. I'm telling you, I dealt with somebody
Or if
who,
he shows up with a wrinkled ass t-shirt.
yeah,
All right, hold on. Let me see what else we got here. Hold on, skip that one.
said it's giving Legion, Risa Tisa, and that shit's
uh, I've been
killed.
I've been texting this guy daily for almost 3 months, and now and he lives 1.5 hours away and has not asked to hang out in person. He says he wants to see me, but does not actually do it. Should I not waste my time anymore?
Too far.
No.
Yeah.
Like somebody who wants to see you. Like I get it, long distance. I actually prefer girls that do not live here, just because I don't date girls from here. But it's never like it's funny how some people are like he lives like 45 minutes away and it's been 3 months and I've never seen him. I live like I traveled all the way to freaking Texas to go see a girl within like 3 weeks of meeting this girl. Like if he really wants to come see you, he gonna come see you unless he's hiding something. Doesn't really want to see you, you know. Um, but it's 2 months. You guys haven't seen each other. You guys are just pen pals.
I just don't feel like you should ever date somebody. I mean, Edgar, you're fucking weird, bro, for not wanting to date somebody locally. But I just don't feel like dating somebody who's more than an hour away from you is fun. Like, I don't
So
think it's fun. I think it's
it
like you can't
it eventually. So
like
I
let's go get tacos right now. It's like has to be like a planned excursion, and planning shit like that is so fucking boring. It's like pencil me in Friday at 7 p.m. Like
so
I
so I get it. I get that. That's why I always tell people when they ask me about long distance relationships, it's not forever. If you're in a long distance relationship with somebody for over a year, you need to make something happen. And so, because I know because that girl that I was dating from Texas, we had the conversation. She's like, I don't like you being so far away, and so that's when I was like getting all my shit together, ready to move to Texas. But we ended up breaking beforehand. So that's why I always tell people like, it's not a long distance forever. You know what I mean? Like,
amor de lejos es amor de pendejos.
but I get it because it gives people room to cheat. It gives people room to be like shady and stuff like that. But the reason I like it is because one, I get to meet somebody who's not from here, and again, the dating pool here sucks.
We're
And two,
potato town.
and two, like it. I don't know. I prefer it because I get to meet somebody different. You know what I mean? Like I don't like dating people from here. I've had more success dating people not from here. Here, usually, I run into somebody who wants to fight me because I'm dating their girl. Uh, Exes can't get over their exes. I feel like when the exes know who you are, they bring more drama. when an ex doesn't know who you are, they're just like, well, I don't know, like I don't have any dirt on him. I can't like get mad at him. Like, you know what I mean? I can't say we're boys or anything like that. So, uh, but again, I know that moving conversation will happen and should happen sooner rather than later, you know. So, and luckily, I do stuff that I can move around. You know, I'm not stuck here.
Well, somebody asking where you're from. He's from some fucking place in Idaho.
I'm from Idaho Falls.
Some place in Idaho. They're like far somewhere. I don't know, in the middle of nowhere with no.
She. It's funny because you think that there's nothing but potatoes and stuff out here, but we got a lot more than that. But hey, what's a Kim Kardashian comes here, like here, like there's a town she comes here too and comes and hangs out. A lot of celebrities.
Oh,
All
nice.
right, all right. She's like, yeah,
Oh
still
yeah,
a no for me.
yeah. I'm like, yeah.
All right, hold on. Let me. How do you stay? How do you start dating after being in a long term relationship? Like as a girl, how do you not get attached right away?
Love yourself
What do you
first.
think?
I think for those of you that um don't know how to date multiple people at once to get to know different people, then maybe date yourself first. Don't try to date anybody except yourself, so that way, like, you're comfortable being alone. You know, I think it's better for you to do that first, so that you can learn how to just be comfortable with yourself, and then you'll be easier. You know, when you're like actually dating somebody that you're not like attached, because you're like, oh well, you're cool and all, but I'm cooler.
Yeah, and like if you don't take the time to just like learn how to be with yourself and be comfortable with yourself, like you're willing to bend your like boundaries, like blur the lines for that person, you know. But when you're been single for a while, like somebody does something, you're like, yeah, I'm good. Like I'm better off solo than dealing with that bullshit.
Somebody said the person that won the chocolate said, "Damn, my chocolate is coming from Idaho."
Yes, yes, some of the best chocolate.
Oh shit, that was funny.
Hey,
All
we actually
Idaho, girl.
we actually got some dope shit out here. Watch. One of these days, you're gonna end up in Idaho, not Idaho Falls, but you'll end up in Idaho because somebody will bring you here, and you'll be like, "Oh my god, I owe Edgar an apology."
My chocolate's coming from Idaho.
That's funny. All right, let's go on to the next one. But long story short, learn to date yourself.
Yes, I agree.
Uh, hold on, let's skip that one. Hello, I hope you can answer this. I've been messing with a man that has a girlfriend. I feel like I should end it. What are your thoughts on people are in this situation? Why do men look for other females when they have someone already? Thank you for your time. Um, so when a guy is gonna cheat, he's gonna cheat. So they keep looking around. And when you said yes to it, like that's why. Even if he's not this is where I like I said, remember how guys usually don't leave, it's usually the girl that leaves. So they'll go and like they're not happy in their relationship. They're not going to want to leave their girl because I was in that position too where I didn't want to leave my ex because just the thought of like somebody else touching her, being intimate with her, I just didn't. That wasn't cool with me. You know what I mean? But I was not happy in that relationship, and so I was just like trying to make it work for the meantime. Uh, so though you, if they're not happy in the relationship, some guys go as far as finding somebody else while they're in a relationship. And will they leave you for the like leave them for you? Probably not.
Nope, they won't. I always find that comment funny. Like, sometimes I'll get a comment from somebody saying like, "Oh yeah, your husband left you for somebody that was this or somebody that was that," and I was like, "Actually, he never left. I told him to leave. Like, I said that was over. If I had not said that it was over, he might have still continued doing that. You know, he might have still continued lying, or he might have still continued cheating. But that he would have left, nah, he wouldn't have left. He left because I made him leave. He left because I completely stopped giving myself, like, even my body, you know, like I was like, nope, you're not gonna touch me. And that lasted even for like 2, 3 months before he even left.
Okay.
So he was never gonna leave. Like, they're never gonna leave until the other person makes them leave.
Yeah, I remember I had I asked some questions to one of these girls. Her name was Janet, and she was in that same situation where she was talking to a guy, and she thought that he was gonna leave her, like his wife, for her, but it never ended up happening. She was like, I was dumb enough to believe the things he was saying, but when shit hit the fan, he stayed with her.
Literally, I literally have text. Dude, I should read it. I have screenshots of the text messages that the girl sent me, like basically telling me like, oh, he's telling me that he's so unhappy that he's only staying with you because he feels bad for his kids. And I'm like, bad for his kids? The motherfucker's not even involved with his kids, but okay, you know. But I'm like, and now that I look at them, I'm like, dude, you desperately were telling me these things so that I could leave because you knew that he wasn't gonna leave. Like it was for you, it was more like trying to tell me like all these things to convince me to leave because you knew that he was never gonna make the move to leave. And he never
Mm.
did. I made the decision, then he left.
That's why, like, never expect the guy to leave, because if it comes down to the wire, they're gonna try to make it work with their ex.
Or maybe not even make it work, but they're like you said, the same thing that you said, Edgar. It's like the fear of the other, like your girl, right? The fear that you had that like she was gonna be with somebody else, like you imagining her being intimate with another man, or another man touching her breast, or another man, fondling her, or another man texting her. Like that's enough for them to be like, hell no, this shit is mine, like territorial. I'm not leaving. Like I'm gonna
Mm.
do this on the side, but I'm not fucking going anywhere because ain't no way she's gonna be able, or another man's gonna touch what's mine, quote unquote.
Yeah, yeah. All right, real quick, let me give away the second one, real quick. So my chat, we're gonna make it a lot smaller. That way, you guys can guess right away. So a number between 1 and 50. All right, you guys can go. First person to guess the number that I thought of right now, 1 to 50. You guys win this. Oh no 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 no. It sucks because the chat is so small.
Yeah, and it goes by super fast.
Especially when like you're asking for a number. Oh shit, this shit is going quick. Oh shit, 80 new messages, 90 new messages. Oh, Marraco, Marrccco 40. You guessed the number 45. Send me a DM and we'll send this out to you. So congratulations. All
Bet.
right, let me ask Jackie a few more questions.
Run it, run it.
All right, why do guys unfollow girls after knowing them for a while?
Because they either got a girlfriend now, they either have a girlfriend, um,
They had a
they
girlfriend to begin with.
or they had a girlfriend to begin with, or they're just trying to clean up their following, or they're just not. They just are not attracted to you. Maybe when they first followed you, you know.
Yeah, yeah, like they had a reason to do it because I've like followed people and I've never been like, let me unfollow them real quick, unless it was an ex. If I date a girl, like actually boyfriend and girlfriend, I've told you I block them and remove them, like no
Yep.
contact.
Yep.
But if they remove you, it could be that maybe they got in trouble by their girlfriend because they're going through and liking a bunch of girls and following a bunch of girls, so they had to go remove everybody.
Dude, I
Or they
sorry, Edgar, but it just made me think of something. Like I cannot tell you how many times it's at least once a month. There's like a man who like is in my DMs and he's married, and I'm like, most of the time I don't even respond. Obviously, I don't open it, but sometimes when I'm feeling fucking petty wop as fuck, I will screenshot it and try to find his wife and like send it to her and be like, dude, like this is your man. Like you. And I feel like in those instances they'll block you, or like remove you or whatever.
But if they unfollow you, I think at the end of the day, just don't worry about it. Don't overthink it. Don't let them like have that space in your head, like thinking about it. They unfollowed you, cool. Bye.
Yeah. Period. Like who cares?
I've never been like,
Like,
why did that girl unfollow me?
okay, Edgar, let me ask you a straight up fucking question, bro. Do you think women are the prize or you think you're the prize?
Do I think women are the prize? Absolutely. Like if you find the right one, yeah, yeah. Like if I find the right one, I'm gonna do whatever I like. I'm never gonna be like, do you know who I am? You know, like I'm gonna be like, no, I'm gonna show her that she's a queen
Mhm.
and treat her as such. Uh, but if I don't treat her as a queen, then obviously you're not the queen.
Yeah, then you're just not the one.
Yeah, you're just, see. This is why I say pay attention to the action because like if a guy is into you, like if he's like, damn, I really want this girl, you're gonna see it. You're gonna feel it. If he's not really into you, giving you like bare minimum, sprinkling little attention here and there, he's giving somebody else a little bit more attention.
Somebody said this, a girl responded and she said, I feel like it's both are the prize. I feel like a man typically isn't the greatest that he can be unless he has that partner and support system. Like I feel like a man can accomplish so many things, but I feel like once the two become one, if he's with the right person, like the man is an unstoppable force with that backbone. Like I feel like there's just something about that woman completing him and like giving him the peace that he needs, giving being that safe space for him where he recharges and he hits the ground running in a way that he can't do by himself. Am I
Yeah,
tripping?
no, no, that's completely right. Because I said like I want somebody who's gonna motivate me. Again, like I've never been like the 50-50 type of person. I would never have a girl pay anything of mine. Uh, you know what I mean? Like go 50 on a, nah, I got it. Uh, but I would want to, hey, like you motivate me to do like hustle, grind, and do this. Hopefully, I motivate you to do like whatever your dream is. If your dream is to stay at home, cool, do that. You know, like the only time I would be like, hey, let's do 50-50 is like, hey, let's get in some investments. I need 50K. I'll put in 50K. Like, we'll get this investment. Guess what? Now we have like we're building an empire. I don't need your 50-50 for bills. Like, I don't need that, you know? Like, but if you let's build an empire, because like again, coming up with like 100K all at once to give to something is a little bit more difficult. But if she's like, I got 50, well, shit, I got 50. Cool, let's do it.
Yeah.
You know, let's buy this investment. Let's do this investment. Let's do this. Let's build this business. You know, uh, but not a lot of people are like that. That's the thing. Like, that's why like I feel like I am a prize, but also girls are the prize too. The right one is the prize too. And I would never want a girl to make me feel like chase me or anything like that, right? I always say like a guy should be putting most of the effort.
Yeah.
But I like to feel like
There are valuable men, but
yeah.
at the end of the day, like a woman who's fruitful, who is, in her five senses, who brings you that peace, who's not gonna cause you stress, is like the ultimate win for the both of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and ladies, if you have a man asking you to pay for your first date or go 50-50, run, girl.
Ah,
Run. Like I get embarrassed for guys. Like
I feel like
you
girls know that by now. Like the sprinkle sprinkle lady has been all over. The
yeah, like
sprinkle sprinkle lady's like sprinkle sprinkle. Like y'all better not be picking up no checks. But I do still see girls like that are like, oh, I don't mind like footing half the bill or whatever. I do
no.
still come across that. I mean, I still come across that content here on TikTok. I don't know if it's for views, or if it's like legit because obviously that type of content gets views and engagement.
Yeah, no, not me. Hell no. I would never let a girl pay the bill or go 50-50 on me. Like I had a hard time with my ex when she invited she's like, "Hey, let me take you out for your birthday." And like I'm still trying to pay. I was like, "No, no, no, it's cool." She's like, "Edgar, it's your fucking birthday. Let me pay." I was like, "Okay." Like it had to get to that point where she like got pissed off at me.
Somebody said if some girls don't mind, that's what makes them happy, then that's them.
True, but like as a man, like you should be like taking care of your queen. Like have her let her use her money for like whatever she needs to use her money for. If she wants to go buy some like clothes, let her go buy some clothes. Like date nights and stuff like that should be like
Dude, that's
that's
something
like
I did when I was before I was married to my kid's dad. Like I came from a place where like very open mind, very like go see the world. Like obviously I was active duty, so like he never really had that mindset. He was more like a stagnant type of person. Well, still is, but a more stagnant type of person. And I would tell him like, oh, let's go here. Like I have money because I'm working, you know, like I had my military career going. So I'm like, oh, let's go here. And I would pay for all of those things. And now I'm like, what the fuck were you thinking? Pinche pendeja estúpida babosa. Like, what were you thinking? It's not knowing any better. It was like the excitement of like, let's have fun. Like, we're gonna have so much fun and do this and do that. But it's like that set the tone for who what he thought this was. Like, it's always like, I got it. You
Yeah.
know, never like you got it. You know, and it's like this comfortability came from that. And I think he secured the bag. You know, like I think he was like, oh shit, I have it made right here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
no, no, I'm telling you guys from experience, from Babosa school, number one student, like, done it.
All
And
right, let's see. This one is obviously a no. Should I text my ex? I miss him.
no, I
Let's
miss certain people too sometimes. And I'm like, I be wanting to, but I'm like, no, what am I gonna get out of it? Like, this is a constant self-awareness battle of like, no. Well, what are you gonna get out of it? You know, I saw a TikTok the other day, and that shit made me laugh. But this girl was like, "I'll text my exes here and there, like people I used to talk to, just to see if they respond. And then when they respond, I'm like, still got them." And like, she won't respond to them again. I was like, "Dude, that's
yeah,
so tight." Like, if you could do it for that, like to hear them to see if they respond just to kind of stroke your ego and then just not hit them back again. I guess that's kind of entertaining if you want to be that person, but other than that, like if you really want to have conversation, then like don't do it.
and it's funny. I don't know if you've ran into this where I've had exes jump into my live, and then I've had exes message me saying like, "Why am I talking about certain things?" And I'm like, "Did I say your name?" No. Okay, I can talk about whatever I want. You know, like if they can connect the dots, that's not my fault. You know, like that's your fault.
I've never really had anybody like an ex or anybody that I talked to or like they didn't hop on my life. One time my baby daddy and like his mistress did hop on like 2 years ago maybe, but other than that I haven't really had like any ex or somebody I was talking to hop on the live. Maybe they watch silently, but it's
I
like
think
saying your name, like, and nobody knows who the fuck you are. Like, what's the big deal?
it's funny because like I had two exes so far. First there was one, but recently I had another ex. Like I saw the name, and you know how you can click on it and brings up the profile. I was like, you ain't too slick, fam, because I just caught your ass in my live. Like, uh, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I don't know. I feel like I should do that maybe one day. I can't do it anymore because I said it. Like messaging them and being like, "Hey, how you been?" and see how they respond. Because I did message one ex one time, but that was because how it ended. Just how it ended, I said some really disrespectful things to her, and I felt bad because that's not how I am. I'm not that type of person. I was just the heat of the moment.
Now that you brought this up, go ahead.
Yeah, the heat of the moment, I said some really disrespectful things to her. And later on, I was like, "Hey, I want to apologize for me talking to you like that. That's not me. You know, that's not me. I wish you the best, but I just needed to apologize." And then after that, she tried to respond to continue the conversation, but I ended it there. I don't know why I felt like I needed to just apologize for saying because I said some like disrespectful things to her, but it was because of the situation.
So my question is, okay, so this is something that I just encountered and like somebody asking to apologize to me. And I kind of have sat with it and I'm like, okay, did you message me to apologize to me for you, for your own, like so that you feel better, so that you feel better about yourself? Or did you message me to apologize to me for me because you feel like I deserve an apology? Because if you fucking message me for you, then I don't give a fuck about your apology because it's just, oh, you realize that you needed to do better and you want forgiveness for you, then I don't give a fuck about your apology. You know, that's for your own fucking comfort. Like, that's for you to feel good, right?
Yeah.
Because if you're messaging me to apologize to me, like I don't know, for some reason I have a hard time with this. Like, I have a hard time, like, if
The
you're,
reason I messaged her was because this is the person I was with the longest, and so our entire relationship, I never talked to her like that. Never. It just how it ended. How I just when you the heat of the moment. I know you should take a few minutes and like just chill, relax, and like things may cool down. But the moment I found out some stuff, picked up the phone and I called her within like 30 seconds, and I was yelling at her and telling her some like really disrespectful things. And I just felt bad because that was the last conversation. Like technically that was the last conversation we had. And I just didn't, I don't know, I felt some weird, like I was like, that's not how, almost spending a decade with this person, that's how it ended, like with a horrible ass conversation. So I was just like, hey, I'm sorry. Like I said those things. That's not me. I don't really feel like that. It was just the heat of the moment type of like but I also told her, I was like, you have to realize where I came from, like where that anger came from. And she was like, yeah. And then like I said, she wanted to continue the conversation. It was through email, by the way. Email. Because I have her blocked on everything, but I had her email. So I emailed her that, and then she responded in email. And you can tell, how you can tell, like they ask a question at the end to get like a response. I just left it like that. I was like, I said my thing. Like, hopefully you're doing good. I'm doing great. We'll go our separate ways.
Piss me off. Don't fucking call me with an apology.
I said some bad things. Like I said some disrespectful shit.
Some shit like I don't know. For the most part, don't call me with an apology because I just always feel like the apology is for you, especially if we're not gonna repair something. Like this is just like you want to apologize because you want to apologize. No, go apologize to God. Like I'm good. I don't need your apology. Like don't apologize to me.
Don't apologize to Jackie, fellas.
Like that because I just feel like the apology is for you and it's like fuck you and your feelings. Like deal with it. Live with them. Don't come at me and apologize to me so that you feel like your conscience is clear. Fuck your
Would
feelings.
you
Like,
would
you
you feel like that? Like say your situation didn't end in that manner it did.
Mhm.
Would you still feel the same way?
What do you mean?
Like say he didn't cheat on you.
Oh, my kid's dad. Well, he's not the one that tried to apologize to me,
No,
but
but you know what I mean. Like
you know what I mean? Like, and he tried. No, I don't care for his apology because his apology is for himself to feel better about himself. Like he feels like he's carrying this and he needs to ask for an apology or give his apologies. And it's like, no, shove your apology up your ass. Take it up with God. Like, don't come to me. I already
I'm gonna
went.
message her back right now after this conversation, and I'm gonna be like, hey, you know what? That apology I sent you like 5 years ago, taking that shit back.
Like it was for yeah, because I just feel like the apology is for you. You know, like the apology is for the person giving it. Like they're giving it so that they feel better about themselves because they're carrying this weight. Fuck you. Carry the weight. Find a way to deal with it the way that I had to forgive you without the apology. You know, that's my perspective. Now, if you're coming to me to apologize to me to repair, let's say, a friendship, you know, like, you know what, like, I'm really sorry. I shouldn't have said this to you this way. Like, I really miss our friendship. Can we start over? You know, whatever. If you're coming to me like that, then I guess that's different. But if you're just coming to me to say sorry so that you get that off your chest, shove it up your ass. I don't want to hear it.
All right, let's go to the next question.
Yeah.
All right, why do guys leave good pretty for someone less than that, and she's not even pretty? Again, this comes down to like I talked about it earlier. Um, if a guy is gonna cheat, he's gonna find the person that's gonna let him cheat. Like if he has it in his head already that he wants to cheat, like he wants to feel something different, be with somebody else, like it's his ego telling him like, like I want to try something different. He's gonna find the first person, and sometimes that first person is probably somebody who may not be as intimate because not as good looking, so or maybe it's a girl that really doesn't get hit on, so like she enjoys the attention. She enjoys like all these things that are happening to her by this married person. So like of course he cheats with her. Like if it wasn't you, it was probably gonna be somebody else.
Okay, but can we talk about something real quick? Can we talk about the fact that just because somebody is very attractive, that doesn't mean that you're you're better than somebody else because
That's true too.
I've talked to men that like one is very attractive conventionally, but one that just has a fucking better vibe, and that makes him 10 times more attractive, but he's not conventionally attractive. And I want to hang out with this guy. Like I don't want to
Mm.
hang out with the other one. Like, and sometimes it's just vibes. Like sometimes it's just vibes. Like somebody's just doper than you. You suck. Like I don't know what to say. Like
No, I know what you're talking about because one time I went on a date. Like there was a girl here that I thought was very attractive, and I decided to go. Like I asked her out on a date, right? Um,
oh, you told me about this.
yeah, she was the most boring girl I have ever taken on a date. Like she literally no conversation, and people were giving me shit like, "Were you interesting?" Of course, I'm interesting. Like I was trying to have these conversations with her. She was just like didn't know shit. You know what I mean? Like I would ask her about something, even stuff that she was like interested in. She's like, I really don't know. I was like, but on social media, you're making it seem like you fucking expert in this fucking topic, you know? And she doesn't really know. But it was, I was like, girl, you're all looks because it's a lot of air in that head.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like sometimes people too, like you may see a guy leave a really pretty girl, or you may see a guy that was like with a really pretty girl and end up with somebody that's maybe not as conventionally attractive as her, or what you view as conventionally attractive. And it's because fucking vibes. Like some people are just lame. Some people suck, or some people don't have a personality. Like it just is what it is. Like some people don't have that energy, that aura, and then this other person that may not be conventionally attractive to everyone is that vibe. And it's like you can't shake a vibe. Like a vibe is a vibe, and that makes somebody 10 times more attractive. Just the same way that a 10 could become a 1 if they are rude, or if they have a shitty personality, like instantly they look ugly.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
All right. So what time do you got to be off?
Uh, I could give you like 2 more minutes. I'm gonna be on live still, but I'm gonna do some like fucking unboxings and shit.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
All right. I'll ask you a couple more questions.
Yeah.
All right. If a guy all of a sudden wants to stop messing around to focus on himself, but he still hits you up, hold on. I just got a gift and it went right in front of the thing. But still hits you up when he wants to, or when he wants it every time he says it's the last time. What does that mean?
That
Um, yeah, he's just there to hook up, girl. And if the just because you keep giving it to him, he's not gonna be like, "Oh, I'm done with this." Like he can be in a whole other relationship. He can be married, and if you're still giving it up to him, and like if he's coming for it, and you're giving it to him, he's gonna keep coming back. Like it's an easy lay.
and having honest conversations with ourselves about that like sucks.
Yeah, yeah,
But it's the truth. Like having honest conversations with ourselves about that shit, it sucks. But it's like we just gotta accept it.
facts, facts. All right, I'm gonna ask Jackie one more question, and then all right, let me see. Let me see if I can find a good one. No. Okay, this is a good one. How do I tell a guy that I've been dealing with for some time now that I'm into rough slapping, biting, hair pulling, choking, and even bruising my privates? Because he's not that type of guy, but something that turns me on big time.
Well, if he's not that type, then it's time to let him go because he's not that type.
That and like I always say, I don't know like how you
If
feel
you're
about this.
gonna make it uncomfortable, no?
That and like if he's not that type, I'll give you this example. Like I went to the Bad Bunny concert not too long ago.
Wait, Edgar, did she say she likes her coochie bruised?
She likes I erased it already, but she doesn't like. She likes bruises. You know how like sometimes you like grab them hard and they bruise up and stuff like that.
He needs to drink some iron. Lord.
So I went to like if you're not compatible, you should know. There, I went to the Bad Bunny concert not too long ago, and we were in that VIP suite, and there was these two couples, like complete opposites. This girl was a Latina, right? And this dude was like a white guy, like nerd. I
Yeah.
was like, they were not meant for each other. Like he didn't want to move. It was a VIP suite, so like everyone had their seat, and like it wasn't really assigned seats, right? Like you could just sit wherever. And he had to go. Like they couldn't both leave because he they would lose their seats, you know. So he had to stay there, and like he was just really weird. She was all trying to dance on him and like have fun, and he would just like kind of like you know like no, people are watching, you know. So like if you're that other type, like to have fun, like, or in this instance, if you like to be intimate, like you crave those different things and he's not giving it to you, you're gonna crave them, and that's what leads to people to step out of relationships because they're like, this person is willing to throw me around the bedroom, but you're not,
But the thing is that if you know he's vanilla and you've been knowing that he's vanilla and
and
he's
he's
never
not
given
gonna change.
you any sign of him not being vanilla, like he doesn't dabble in the chocolate and in the otherness of it, like you're
And he's
asking
not gonna,
a man to perform something that he's probably not going to be comfortable with. It's not going to satisfy you. It's probably going to give you the ick, and that's going to be done.
because when he first does it, he may do it kind of weird, and you're just gonna be like, what the fuck just happened, you know, like. So, yeah, I agree. Like if they're not like that right away, what makes you think that they're gonna change from night and day? Of course, like if it's early on, hey, like do this, maybe let's try this, do this. But if it's been going on for a while, like you said, like if you've known he's been vanilla and he's not changing, the man's not gonna change.
Yeah, I just feel like if he's been, and okay, don't get me wrong, I feel like okay, maybe like a man wouldn't want to scare you off the bat by being like too much. You know, like maybe he's like holding off a little crazy for like a second time, a third time to kind of keep you coming back. Pero if he's just been vanilla this entire time, then he's just vanilla, girl. Like that's who this man is.
Or tell your man to be like me. Just uh, push the envelope until she's like, hey, dial it back a little bit here, and I'll be like, okay, my bad, my fault, my fault.
Stop, stop. But I feel like if he hasn't done that already, then it's just not in him. Some men just really can't. We knew this guy. One of my friends like dated this guy briefly, who like for we were like okay, he never goes down on her, right? Like, and we're like we don't get it. Like, why not? So one day she brought it up, and he's like, no, 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 I will. And but he asked like all these questions beforehand, like, oh, okay, we should take a shower, like he's just really cautious about it. Like he wanted her to be like completely clean, and even when he did it, it was like robotic, like kind of like trying to like figure it out. And it's like that same thing, how some girls just don't give head. Like it's just he wasn't.
And if he's not comfortable with it, just think about it. Like, is this something you want to like deal with long time? Because it's not gonna change. It's gonna be the same.
Somebody said maybe he hadn't done it before. Dude, I don't know. But I was like, how you 30 years old, sir? Sir.
That and like there was the one question that I got where the guy was doing it with the tip of his tongue because he didn't know what he was doing. So he was like just like touching her with the tip of his tongue. Like
I
I
don't
was like,
know.
hey, at least he
Oh,
when a guy does it like that, like I get it, the girl felt some type of way because you know how like when you don't want to touch something, you kind of do like that whole you want to touch it with the tip of your finger or like you barely want to touch it and doing that with your tongue. The girl felt some type of way, kind of like, what do you like think is wrong with it? Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Somebody said if a guy doesn't do that, I don't think he likes you at all. I don't think that's the truth. I just think that some guys, just like some girls are disgusted by doing it or they're not into it, or just like some girls don't swallow it, like it's just something that they don't like to do or they don't
yeah,
enjoy doing. Like, and I think that it applies to men as well.
yeah, and like I mentioned earlier, like the girl that didn't like to go down, like that's a big thing for me, and I knew that was gonna be an issue later on, so that's why like we just like it was better just to end it then because that's something that I do enjoy.
It's like resisting and shit. I'm dead.
Yeah, and like she tried to one time, and she it just felt weird. It was just not it, and I was just like, nah, this ain't it, girl. Sorry, I'm sorry. Like it's not
Tell that girl she needs to let that vanilla man go.
it. Yeah, she needs to. But anyways, thank you for jumping on. Thank you for chatting with me for a little while. Hopefully we can do it again. And everybody on my chat has enjoyed the conversation. So thank you guys for joining. If you guys want to watch it again, since you guys missed it, I recorded the whole thing, so I'll be able to post it for you guys, so you guys can go back and watch it. So,
Bet.
but anyways, thank you again.
I'm gonna hop. for my people, I'm gonna hop back on live in like maybe 10 minutes. I have a TikTok I have to post, and then once I post it, I will be back on live to show you guys some unboxings and just like chop it up, girl time, us time. So yeah.
But anyways, thank you again, Jackie.
Thanks, Edgar. Peace out.
All right, see you. All right, well, hopefully you guys enjoyed that live. Shout out to Jackie for always jumping on and being cool and wanting to talk with everybody. Uh, to the winners, whoever did win, please do send me a message. That way I can send that to you guys. It was first time joining. Hey, I appreciate you guys for joining. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the live. I'm glad you guys had a good time. And if you missed the beginning or any part of it, I am gonna post it. Like I said, I did record it. It's gonna be about 2 hours. I'm gonna post it over on YouTube and probably a Spotify episode as well. So definitely check it out. So I'm a new follower. Welcome. Thank you guys again. You guys are awesome. You guys are amazing. But I'm gonna hop off. I got a few things I need to do. Thank you guys for jumping on. So I'll see you guys. I'll try to do a live this weekend for you guys. I know I only do Mondays and Wednesdays, but I'll try to go live again. So anyways, thank you guys. I'll see you guys later.